The sentence capped a stunning downfall for Mr. Weinstein, the former Hollywood mogul who was convicted of 2 felony sex crimes. Harvey Weinstein, the movie producer who dominated Hollywood for decades, was sentenced on Wednesday to 23 years in prison for sex crimes, as the 6 women who had testified against him watched from the courtroom's front row, holding one another, some in tears. The startling sentence meant that Mr. Weinstein, who is 67 and in poor health, could very well spend the rest of his life in prison. Mr. Weinstein, who was sitting in a wheelchair, told the court that he was remorseful, but also totally confused about what had happened to him. The moment capped a precipitous fall from power for Mr. Weinstein that started in October 2017 when, after years of rumors, several women openly accused him of sexual assault and harassment. The stories led women around the globe to speak about mistreatment at the hands of powerful men, shifting the cultural landscape with the hashtag #MeToo movement. Justice James A. Burke, who presided over the trial in State Supreme Court in Manhattan, could have sentenced Mr. Weinstein to as little as 5 years, but he heeded the arguments of prosecutors who urged him to hand down a long sentence. Mr. Weinstein, who has cardiac problems and has been housed in an infirmary at Rikers Island, will be moved to an upstate prison within 10 days, state prison officials said. Like all city inmates convicted of violent felonies, Mr. Weinstein will first be sent to a reception area at the Downstate Correctional Facility in Fishkill, said Craig Rothfeld, his prison consultant. His arms and legs will be shackled. He will be brought into a processing center where he will receive 4 prison-issued shirts, 3 pairs of pants, a jacket, boots and sneakers. Mr. Weinstein will be required to shave his hair, however, he can object for religious reasons, according to state prison guidelines. He will also receive a shower and a delousing treatment. Prison officials will decide whether to house Mr. Weinstein in his own cell, in a dormitory with the general population or in solitary confinement until they determine where to house him permanently, Mr. Rothfeld said. While Downstate has a basic infirmary, it does not have a hospital unit with beds, he said. This process, Mr. Rothfeld said, could be interrupted at any moment if prosecutors in Los Angeles successfully extradite him for an arraignment on the sexual assault charges there.